The recording has started, so let's try this again. Today is April 4th, 2016. Who'd have thought we were going to be here today? We're not attorneys. We're not lawyers. We're not financial advisors. We're not CPAs. We're not even paralegals. But what we are here is an open forum where it's our opinion and everybody does their. It's okay. No. They can't hear you. It's our opinion. And you're doing your own due diligence to make sure that you're not being led astray, because that's what we're not here about. And I'm waiting to see if my buddy has, 1 second, please. Some people got lost, and it's okay. So I'm waiting for my buddy. You know what? That's what this place is about. I'm just going to wing it. Got a little housekeeping to do here today. Got something here, and it's going to end up on the website. Somebody wants their 10 minutes of fame, maybe longer, and who am I, Jerry Maguire, to cheat them out of their 10 minutes of fame? This person has been in TNT, Winsome, the WINGIT forum, and Lord knows where else he's been. But this person's name, gentleman or female, don't know, is Blackbird. Has sent me some interesting emails. I'll read the first one here. So if you'll bear with me, we're going to get to some rumor, conjecture, intel in just a second, because once I read it, you will understand why I wish to give him his 10 minutes of fame. Hi, I listened to some of this stupid trust call, this salesman Richard, and he said if you just get a trust and EIN, it probably won't work. Someone, MDS I think, asked about it, talked about needing a banking resolution would be required by most banks. Aren't those pretty simple forms that say your entity has agreed to set up this account in this entity? If that's all you need, don't the banks have those forms you could use, or you could have one made up? I think he is a fearmonger and a used car salesman. And then this other one's a little lengthy, but if you'll indulge me, you know how Jerry likes the bus, because I called my mechanic this morning. I said, fire up the bus and make sure the snow tires got the studs in them, because the wheels in the bus go round and round, especially today. Jerry, enjoy the sight. Obviously, so do many of your flock. I am the Blackbird, a.k.a. Blackbird 136. A simple summary of my extensive background in this. I am the son of a 57-year, 33-degree Mason who left me at 10 and an Asian mother who raised me. A successful businessman and a father of 5. A math and psychology major in college. Worked as a C-Unix consultant out of college while I attended law school for 5 years at night. Own a patent, created 4 multi-million-dollar companies, and practiced law 31 years. I am currently retired but always working. Been in the dinar since 2010. Have researched and have intense knowledge of this speculative investment and have made many contacts regarding this. One of my humanitarian projects will be to hunt down every guru who I have documented has taken advantage of the old, the uneducated, the ignorant, and the poor by using this investment, and religion to make a profit to the disadvantaged of the list of group of people. That said, I will not go after people like Tony, as discernment will show that he is transparent in most respects, and this is a capitalist nation, meaning Ray does seminars, and it is clear he is selling trusts, and if one of his trusts goes bad, he will answer to that. Tony always disclaimed receiving any monies and always gave back more than he received. He has always had a donate button and allowed people to contribute based upon their ability and what they believe Tony gave them. Tony lived on the edge, but he gave more than he received. 3 calls a week for 4 years was worth something to many in the above listed group. Tony gave hope if nothing else. So why am I chatting to you, a new guru on the scene, only 3 or 4 months, and a self-proclaimed redneck who runs a very unprofessional call and as his shtick pushes a cabal beer, Blue Moon, and by doing his act gives a wonderful thing to the group of people listed, the old, the uneducated, the ignorant, and the poor. Well, I now go in hypnotical mode. There is no reason for 2 donate buttons or a trust call with a guy named Richard if in fact guru means what he says, that the guru needs no donations until at least November to keep a site and calls going. Thus, he would not have 2 donate buttons. He would not promote a trust call simply because it hawks the trust the guru used. That's right, used. Because he promoted trust is too simple, too unprepared, and too confusing for the group of people listed above. In fact, it is ironic and comical to promote a trust with no remuneration out of the goodness of the guru's heart, because doing so actually subjects the guru to liability, which ironically is one of the main reasons who sets up an irrevocable trust. Statistics show that most wealth lose their money because of a lawsuit and judgment, which is why the elite use irrevocable trusts. The irony. Let me stop there and take a drink. And no, I am not drinking Blue Moon. Today I am pumping for Diet Pepsi. That's right, Diet Pepsi. So here we go. I'm almost through. A revocable trust is simple and can be obtained on the internet. An irrevocable trust is not simple. It creates many tax implications and must be tailored in its many types and forms. It must be tailored. Let's see, I lost my spot here. It must be tailored to many types and forms to the particular person. There are over 20 types of irrevocable trusts, and it requires internet, and it creates liability problems for the promoter despite any disclaimers. All it takes is one promoted trust to go bad and be scrutinized at a great expense by the IRS or other authority, perhaps resulting in multi-millions lost by a new rich denarian, and a good lawyer for that denarian will locate the person's agents and promoters that caused the problem. They may even come to me to get the name of the guru who is involved. So my chat is to use simple legal information, not a threat. You can take it for what it's worth, spew it into cyberspace. I am, however, paying you take heed and do the right things. What is this? He didn't spell that right. And that is especially in light of Yosef, whether real or marketing is exposing. One of my humanitarian projects will be to hunt down every guru who I have documented has taken advantage of the old, the uneducated, the ignorant, and the poor. Well, sir, you just helped explain the difference between a revocable trust and an irrevocable and what is entailed, thank you, to make sure you have it set up so people don't lose their ass. And like I've said on one of my calls before, if you're going to kick a little shit, be prepared to get some on you. There's more. There's another one, but I don't want to read this. I will post all of this on my website. I'm not going to ban him. He wants me to ban him, and I'm not going to. Oh, at the very last, it says, either way for me, whatever path you take, it will choose the path that I will take in pursuing one of my humanitarian projects. Blessings. Sounds like a threat to me, and I just wanted to put it out there for us in the community to see what type of person this is. I don't believe I'm pumping for my own. So there it is. It's on a recording, and you can go back and listen to it. Thank you for allowing me a chance to give the bus wheels a chance to go round and round. That's all I've got to say about that. Now then, let's see. What have I heard today? Well, it was supposed to go this morning. Darn it. We were hoping. It did not. So our options are wait or wait. Art, how would you like to take it away after my little shtick there?
Well, we broke the wagon down, and my wagon's getting kind of heavy, I'll tell you, so better go pretty quick. Well, that guy, what's his name, Blackbird, did you say, or?
Yep, it's Blackbird, and I'm gonna publish it on the web because I want people to see exactly what he sent to me. It wasn't in chat or anything. It was a PM.
I think can't imagine that person having a humanitarian project. He doesn't sound too humane to me. I mean, the things that he said, I don't understand people like that really. Totally. Don't know who it might be, but you're going to go after all the gurus, huh? I guess you're going to take them a while. So I don't know.
The thing is Tony is an upstanding man in his book. I've always said, and I've said many times, that the things that Tony did 3 days a week, I understand what he's going through, and
sure.
I had total admiration for him for doing that.
Mhm. Yeah, I think he did a lot of great and a lot of good for everybody. So, well, everybody tries their best and everything. This person's got I don't know what's wrong with him, but I don't know. I think he needs to go to the psycho ward and be tested or something. I don't know. I don't know who it is, and maybe I shouldn't be saying that, but just said a lot of stuff they shouldn't have said, and their mind's not in the right direction as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, everybody tries their best when they're gurus to help people, and I don't like that word guru. No, I just think it should be an intel gatherer or intel getter, whatever you want to call it. But that, to me, that guru name I never did like, and so I say take that name away from everybody and just calling people that tried to get information, to keep people involved, to bring them up to date on whatever we know at the present time. And sure, a lot of misinformation over the last several years has been put out there for sure by the bad people and people that just knew that this wasn't going to happen for a while maybe, and just kept wanting people to stay involved. Don't give up, stay involved. And yeah, it promoted more purchases of currencies and all that. And some people did go belly up maybe and lost a lot of things. And I don't know. I guess that's part of life, and we all went through our trials and tribulations with this thing. But for that person to knock people that were trying to help people, that's just totally ridiculous, and I despise people like that. So we ought to go hunt him down, I think, instead of him hunting gurus down. That's what I'm saying. So, but we don't have time for that. We only have time for positive stuff, and we're hearing positive things that, like you say, it was supposed to happen probably every day. But so far what we've heard is it's still looking good for today, tonight, and we will see what happens over the next several hours into tomorrow morning, and hearing just good stuff again. Can't get specific about anything, but just hearing all good stuff, and that's about all we can say really on the intel front. And so I'd say be ready, and like they've said in the past, have your currencies counted and separated and ready to go and do business, and that's about where we're at. So I'll kind of leave it at that. If anybody else wants to expound any of our other people any further, they may do so, but I'll kind of keep it on the light side as far as intel itself. So that's about it.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Well, what about my late caller interrupt us? Would you like to say anything? My other brother on the East Coast.
No, I have nothing to say.
Thank you, sir.
I'm just here lurking with the rest of the crowd.
Are you going to be at least moral support for this charlatan talking on the phone here today?
Oh, sure, why not?
Hey, life doesn't get any better than that.
Look, you asked for it, you're getting it. That's all there is to it. Goes with the territory. You know?
If you're going to be out front, be prepared to have your Kevlar on, and your duck feathers waterproof.
Remember those rascals episodes where Tubby is trying to recite Shakespeare on the school stage, and the kids are all shooting. He carries that in this tiny little shield that he keeps moving around and expecting the piece. I don't know if
You're breaking up, buddy.
Episodes.
You're breaking up.
This damn phone. Hold on. Hey, you know what? I got to alert. My phone's still out. I got to go get it fixed.
Bye. So *2 to raise your hand to ask questions. And we are going to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 954. Come on down.
Good afternoon, Jerry.
How you doing?
Great. Do you know if the dinar is an international currency at a new rate, or is it still international at the old rate?
If it was at the new rate, I think we'd all be doing the Snoopy dance, so I'm pretty sure it's still at the old rate, but that's just my opinion.
Okay. Thank you. My opinion also.
*2 to raise your hand. Port St. Lucie, Florida, 772. Come on down. Uh-oh. What happened here? There you are.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Hi. Just to say hi, and we're still praying for this to come down, and don't listen to the nonsense things that people send. I mean, it's not even worth it. Okay, and we really appreciate what you and everybody else has done to bring information, and we're all on the same boat, waiting for it and praying for it. And okay, just thank you. And
you're so welcome.
Are you going to send a tweet still when the 800 numbers come?
If I get them, you'll get them as quick as I get them.
That sounds great.
Through it. All I have to notify people is tweet.
Okay, sounds great. Well, thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
My fault there, taking care of a little business. LaGrange, Illinois, 630. Come on down.
Hey, Art. Great to hear from you guys again. I wanted to, actually, before you even started speaking about that private message that you had received, I had already raised my hand. I wanted to come on and thank you for the recommendation to Richard Howard. I went and did my due diligence on that site, called him, spent quite a bit of time with him on a call, got all the information I needed to suffice my answers, and went ahead with working with him on that, delivered the documents to me after one full business day as he had promised, and went immediately that day to the bank and was able to open up my private trust bank account at Wells Fargo without a hitch. So that gives me great peace to know that's all taken care of, because I had been doing research on my own and trying to figure out which way to go with that. And when you brought out that call, I really appreciate your effort. I think some people always expect, that there's got to be a win-win, and people like Blackbird often believe the win has to be monetary. And I know for you and for Art, it's different, and I appreciate that from you guys. So thanks for everything you're doing for everyone on these calls.
So this is not a trust call. And quite. This isn't going to be a trust call, but you're very happy with what Richard provided, and you have a better understanding about how to protect your assets?
Absolutely. And the site was explanatory. The other questions I had were personal. Got those answered to my understanding, even after all the research that I had done. And he was timely and efficient, and great to have that behind me and know that I'm protected now, moving into the next stage of this, thinking about it post-RV. So, and I think we all should be thinking about stuff about post-RV. Too many people are worrying about when the when's going to come, and then there's going to be a lot to do afterwards. So I've been spending more time with what I'm going to do afterwards, as far as my foundations and thoughts around that and how I'm going to handle this, rather than worrying about a when, because I can't change the when.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
All right. Have a great day. Thanks, guys.
You too. So we're going to the web call out of Toronto. Magical.
Hello.
Come on down. Welcome.
Hi. How are you?
You raised your hand. Come on down.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, turn your speaker down. She muted herself. Hold on.
Oh, no.
There you go. Try it now.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. And is that a good volume?
Oh, yeah, it was the feedback from your speaker, which is still there.
Oh. Okay. So is that better?
Take me off speaker.
I don't have a headset. I'm on a computer.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't hear a feedback on my end. Okay, hopefully we can do this quickly. Because as you see, I'm from Toronto, and I heard that the ZIM may only go at Wells Fargo to be exchanged. And since we don't have any Wells Fargo in Canada, does that mean we won't be able to exchange it, or does that mean we have to wait a little while, or are we supposed to go to the States to exchange it? I mean, any idea?
I'm going to mute you so I can kill the feedback. I'm sure that Canada wants liquidity in their bank like everybody else, in the ZIM. They'll find a way to take it. I don't believe they're going to the banks don't want to be left out in the cold. So, and you're outside of the U.S., and I'm quite sure there's going to be arrangements made. If you've got it, they're going to take it. Okay? I got you unmuted. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much. I just wasn't sure what was going to happen since they said that. And what about people in other countries? Like I have a friend in India who has ZIM, or Australia or New Zealand.
I don't know. I wish I could help, but I don't.
Okay.
All right, I went ahead and muted you because there's a lot of feedback there. Anyway, thank you, ma'am. Baltimore, Maryland, 443. Come on down.
Hi, Jerry. It's Joanne. I really don't have a question. I think you've answered every question out there 100 times, and I just want to say thank you, especially for Friday. I have re-listened to that call because it so touched my heart, and I just really wanted to say thank you so much to you and Joseph and Art and Iko, and just to keep up the good work and don't let the sloughs of the world get you down. Thank you again.
Well, thank you. So we're going to Orangeville, Oregon, I think. 519. Come on down.
Hi, Jerry. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I am wonderful, but I'm not in Oregon. I'm in Canada.
Okay. Oh, you're on Ontario. Okay. ON.
Well, thank you very much for all the work that you guys have been doing, honestly, because I've been listening to your calls 3 times a week. My question to you, I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm not going to say names or anything. Is it true that Canada got their 800 numbers today?
I'd like to say yes, but I don't know, and that's honest.
I'm in the same boat. I've heard that we got them, but nobody knows where to get them.
Let's say that they have them. They just haven't released them yet. How's that?
Oh, that's wonderful, Jerry. Thank you very much for everything.
No. Hold on. I'm
Yep.
just saying. I'm surmising that.
I know. I'm not coming to a conclusion. I'm just going to wait, just like everybody else is. Okay. When our team leader tells us they got them, they got them.
Well, right. But so far, I'm just going out there on a limb to say, you know what? I think they might have them. I don't know. I'm just hoping.
Well, I'm hoping too, like everyone else says. We're hoping it's either today or tomorrow or the next day. But thank you very much for all the hard work that you guys are doing and keeping us posted and giving us all the wonderful information that you have.
You're welcome.
Okay,
thank you
bye
very
now.
much. Fresno, California. Hello, David. Come on down.
How you doing, Jerry? Hey, listen,
Good.
I want to thank you for. I'm doing good. I want to thank you for that call yesterday. And this guy that you've been talking about, evidently he doesn't know the purpose of all this is about, because he said using religion as a crutch. I guess he's kind of missed out on the whole situation there. So anyway, but I did want to, and I know you couldn't talk about this yesterday when we were talking about with Richard, but has it changed as far as the taxes, as far as the current? Because before you and Art and guys were saying that there's no taxes because it's the currency exchange. Has that changed or no?
We won't know the tax implications until we get there or after the fact.
Okay, saying that, should I get my trust in? Should I get my trust in tax debt?
Well, you don't have it set up just yet?
Not yet. I was going to wait, and after I was going to put it in a non-interest bearing account, and then I've already talked to my attorneys and my tax people and all that, and do all that at one time, and then get my trust in. But the way Rich was talking about it, it sounds like you lose money if you wait any period of time.
Yes, but I don't want to get into that too much because it's...
Yeah, I know.
So if you don't have a trust set, I'm going to mute you because there's a lot of background noise. If you don't have your trust set up now, when you get into the bank, they're actually set up to help you do that. What type of trust? I don't know. What the benefits of it are, I don't know. I've just heard that they're prepared to help you do that. So.
Okay, well, that's fine. I appreciate it, brother.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Phoenix, Arizona, 602. Come on down. And star 2 to raise your hand. Otherwise, it's going to be a short call. Phoenix, Arizona. 602. Hello.
Sorry, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. I first wanted to say thank you, guys. I'm a sole provider for a family of 5, and whether this happens or doesn't, I know everybody's very excited for it, but I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. I know that a lot of people have been very negative at times, but I just wanted to send a general thank you, very genuine, to let you guys know that that it is appreciated, and we're grateful that you continue the good work in spite of the naysayers and the negative people. And with that being said, I was gifted with this pretty recently, a couple of months ago, so I'm kind of not as experienced as some of the other callers may be, and I'm just not sure about how the trust and everything works, how we're going to get the 800 number when it's available, and if that's going to be a violation of someone's DNR by giving us that 800 number.
What violation of what now?
Sorry, the do not disclose agreement, the DNA.
Well, it's going to keep you from talking about a lot of things, especially about.
But is the 800 number going to be available to us?
I'm hoping. They keep saying there is.
So I know that once, like if you, let's say you guys get the 800 number, by you guys giving the rest of us that 800 number, is that going to jeopardize anything that you guys have going on, or is that okay that we receive that 800 number?
I'll have that to give out long before I go in.
Okay.
If they deem I'm worthy of giving it out, okay?
Okay, thank you. And I'm sorry I don't know how to put my hand down, but I thank you.
Oh, I can do that for you. Grants Pass, Oregon, 541. Come on down.
Hey, Jerry. I just want to say, Ray said this morning that there would be 800 numbers for Canada, and he was going to post them. That's why you're getting all the questions.
Oh, Ray said that?
Yes.
Well,
there would be 800 numbers for Canada this morning.
Well, okay then.
That's it. Have a blessed day.
All right. Moorestown, New Jersey, 609. Come on down.
Hi, Jerry. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say thank you so much for your call. I have a question, and maybe something that is something we should all put down on our list to ask. With the VIM, and we're hearing that there may be structured payouts, long-term payouts, if we have a larger amount. I have a real concern as to our tax liability. If we have to pay taxes and they're keeping the majority of the amount of money, they're holding it and doling it out over possibly a really long period of time, my concern is how will we pay the taxes on that?
That is something that we truly won't know till we get there, and I'm sure if there's tax implications, the bank knows that, and they're going to work with you on that.
Yeah, I just think it should be something that we put down as a question, because one of my great concerns is we go ahead and agree to, a long-term structured payout, and then it comes IRS time if we have to pay taxes on this. And even if you talk about, let's say, $500 million, how many people could pay the taxes on that if it's tied up for a period of years? So just something to put on your list. Sorry, Molly. Just put on your list to ask that question so that we don't get stuck. at a later date after that.
Absolutely. Good question. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hey, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, on that question, you wouldn't pay any taxes on anything that's held up in a structure, only on what you actually receive is the only thing you pay taxes on. So she wouldn't have to worry about that.
Well, I didn't know for sure, Art, and rather than commit myself to something like Blackbird says that I do, leading the people astray, I thought I'd take the safe road.
Yeah, okay. No, that's it was talked about in another call. It was on the other day too, and that's kind of what the feeling was, that only the amount you receive would have taxes on it. If they're withholding it, she's right, you can't use it, so why would you pay taxes on it? So that kind of makes sense, But anything's possible. Just set the money aside for them and know that you got it just in case we got a tax, So.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
Thank you, sir. Springfield, Missouri, 417. Come on down.
Yeah, Jerry, I've always heard that before this RV can kick off that Iraq needs to be in Chapter 8. Do you know if they're in Chapter 8?
I've had a thought about that, and this is just my opinion. I think they might be, but I think it might be hidden because everybody. Okay. Let's put it this way: once you know somebody is cleared to operate on the world stage, everybody's going to be wanting their money. So, and I guess until the timing's right, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And one other question: how's that puppy of yours doing?
I'm praying that these teeth aren't, the sharpness goes away. We stubborn little cuss.
Yeah, he'll grow in to be your best buddy. You know what?
Well, already I'm having issues about where she thinks she needs to sleep versus where she should be sleeping.
Well, it's your
under
bed.
Under the covers, it's not appropriate
That's
anymore.
Right. Okay, I'll mute out of here, and thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Bye. Well, looky here. Houston, we have a problem. I can't hear you because I have you muted. 281, come on down.
Hello, Jerry.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I wanted to clarify, I think it was two callers earlier. It was in regards to the 1-800 numbers for the Canadians. And I'm not sure if the gentleman got the information misconstrued about the information that Ray gave on the call. But what Ray said on his call was that he had heard that there were some 1-800 numbers supposedly to be given to the Canadians, that he did not have any of those numbers. But if they were to be given to him, then he would surely put them up on his site and maybe tweet it out or whatever, but he would provide them to those people. But at this time, he had no numbers to be provided to them. So I wanted to clear that up because I didn't want people thinking that he had them or he said that, he would give them to them. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
And thank you very much for that. I would love to help out in that department, but I'm stuck here in the USA, and I can't help. Atlanta, Northeast Georgia, 770. Come on down.
Is that me, Jerry?
Yes, sir.
Hi, how you doing today?
Good.
I've got, first of all, did you do your disclaimer? Because I don't remember hearing it, but I did get cut off at the beginning.
Yeah, I think I did.
Just checking. Your redneck disclaimer is all we got to have, Jerry. I'm the same one.
Yeah.
And I got to know if that puppy's a he or a she, because you said both in that last statement to that guy.
No, I'm sorry, she is a handful. You know, and what good man doesn't surround himself with a woman that has a little bite to her? Just keeps things interesting. You know what I mean?
Now you have two, right?
Exactly.
Don't we all? Okay. Well, I didn't really. I still thank you for your call. I'm usually one that comes in on the 1111 number from Atlanta.
Okay.
So, but no questions. I'm doing some research on something. I'm just got word on. In fact, I got cut off your call, getting word on it. I'm gonna send you a text on it or an email on it as soon as I research a little bit more.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay. Have a great day, Jerry.
You too. You know, it looks like I might need to go to Austin, Texas down there. Absolutely. It sounds like it's your turn over the barrel. Austin, Texas. 512. Come on down.
Hey, Jerry.
Go ahead.
I'm just enjoying the call. I missed a portion of the Blackbird, but just enjoying the call. You have answered all the questions that I could have possibly answered, and so I'm just enjoying myself right now. This may very well be a short call, but it's definitely been packed, and I like this.
That's it? No more? Out of a person that, you know, if they look underneath the dictionary for BS, they'll see your picture?
You know, you're saying this stuff. Half these people don't know me, so just leave it there.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Bye. So, on we go to Sarasota Springs, New York, 518. Come on down. Wait. There you are. Come on down.
Hello, Jerry. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. I listen to your call regularly. I just have, I've read, and I've heard on other calls that the exchange is going to be paid out in gold-backed TRNs. Is that what you've heard?
Well, TRNs are country to country. The USN is what we're going to get.
Okay, USN. Okay.
If it's available at the time, nobody will know till we get there.
Okay. Now, I have learned, I've been following all of this for the past probably 4.5 years, and I was under the impression that gold-backed currency cannot be taxed, or they cannot charge interest on it. What do you know about that?
It sounds good. I hope so. I like your idea.
Well, it wasn't my idea.
I like your thoughts. Let's put it that way. Other than that, I can neither confirm or deny because I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe somebody will look it up, and maybe we can, do some due diligence and uncover it. Uncover the possibility.
All I can say is please.
Okay.
Just somebody do something so we can make a decision rather than
I will tell you where I have heard this on a regular basis. It's called Willie's Truth Call. I've been following his call for the past 4.5 years, and I don't listen to him anymore right now because there's some dissension about gurus, which I don't agree with that term at all. And I feel like I have gotten much more information beyond that call by listening to your call and to listening to Winsome and Dr. WC's call, the Real Truth call too. And but I have read it many places too, along with hearing it on his call. So I have read that gold-backed money is non-taxable, and you cannot they cannot charge interest on it.
I'm going to say let it be so.
Agreed. Thank you so much, Jerry.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
How long have you been listening to me?
Since you started.
Was this when I was over on Winsome?
Yeah, a little bit on Winsome. A little bit. But more so as as you had your own call.
So have I led you astray?
Not at all.
Have I lied to you?
No. You're very transparent.
Have I called myself a guru?
No, you have not.
Darn it. I was hoping to meet at least one of the 3 or 4 qualifications that I'm being accused of, darn it. I was just asking.
It's just not working, Jerry.
What do I need to change then?
You don't need to change a thing. Not a thing. You're bringing the truth as you know it. You are told what you can say, when you can say it. I'm familiar with all of that, and I don't see any kind of problem.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome.
Hey, and what is it? Love a redneck till it hurts?
Sure.
You're in the city. I know you are.
No, I'm not in the city. I live in the country. I'm in the horse town, Saratoga Springs, New York.
Well, there you go. Rednecks are everywhere. That doesn't have to be just in the South.
No, it's true.
Okay, so love a redneck till it go hug a redneck till they complain, and then they'll ask, "Ma'am, why are you hugging me?" Because Jerry said go hug a redneck.
Absolutely, I'll definitely do that.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, Jerry. Have a great evening.
All right, bye. Well, rednecks need love too. Covina, Baldwin Park, California. Now that's a long one. 626. Come on down.
Hey, Jerry. How you doing?
Good, good.
Right on. This is first time caller. I've been listening just for quite a while recently. It's a pleasure to get to talk to you today. How are you doing?
Good, good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man, and I appreciate the information you provide for us. But I just had a quick question. I know when I listened to you, you mentioned something about the ZIM only and at the Wells Fargo, and I also listened to another Intel personnel. I don't know if it's okay to say who, but and he's mentioned that you actually could exchange at other banks. Do you know anything about that?
Nope.
Nope. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean,
right.
I could give you a long story, or I can give it to you.
Hey, the only reason why I mention is because I don't have a Wells Fargo account, so I want to make sure I'm able to go to my bank. But if I have to go to Wells Fargo, hey, I'll go to Wells Fargo, no problem.
Let me say this. Wells Fargo, and here we go. I've talked about it so much, I must be pumping for Wells Fargo. I'm so broke I can't even afford to buy stock in Wells Fargo, but I'm pumping for Wells Fargo right now.
They should give you some money for promoting them, man. That's what I say.
Well, I'm just hoping they're listening to the call, and I've heard one person got my attention. It's been several calls ago. He goes, "Oh, Jerry, there's transcripts. Not a problem." I went, that's when I had a wake-up call is to exactly how far this thing is going. So I'm sure Wells Fargo at the upper end is probably going, there's that redneck again. What's he got to say? Well, boss, he is helping us out here. You might want to listen to him. Let me mute you for a second. So if Wells Fargo is the lead bank and they're only one that's going to be taking the ZIM for a specified time, and no, I don't know how long that is, but they position themselves to take everything right off the bat. Good for them. That means that they're going to have lots of liquidity. And I'm trusting that they've done their homework and they're ready for us. So just something to think about. Anyway, thank you, sir. I'm going to put your hand down for you. Here we go. Now, it's only because I live here I can say this. Waxahachie? Where the heck is Waxahachie at? 972. Come on down.
Yeah, it's Central Texas, you know.
Where's that at? Is that out there in the middle of nowhere?
It's
ahead.
actually locals, we call it Waxahachie.
I know. Where do you think I live at?
Well, I just want to say thank you. You've done a lot more good than a lot of people, and really enjoy the call. Friday's call, right there at the end, you turned off the recording because it's not on the recording, and I swear I thought I heard Joseph say that was his last call. And then the phone ended. Is that true? Was that his last call and your call Friday?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. That's what I thought I heard right before it stopped. But, hey, if this thing goes a few more days or it goes a little bit longer, just make sure you let him know that we'd love to hear from him again.
I've already done that.
Cool.
I'm way ahead of you.
He's inspired a whole lot of us, and he's going to continue to touch people's hearts. I think all of the questions have been answered. I wanted to say thank you, and then I didn't write down my last question a while ago, and I just completely forgot. But if it does go any longer, please continue your calls, because you are protected, and we'll continue to pray for you, that hedge of protection, so nothing else can hurt you and harm you or come against you. Thank you. Did I not talk long enough?
Oh, no, you talked plenty. You talked plenty. Thank you. And that's all I've ever done is just try to be honest. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your prayers. So, on to our next caller. Bend, Oregon, 541. How big is Bend? Hello, Brianna. Yeah, there you go.
Hi, Jerry. I was here. I was on speaker. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Oh, loudly, yes.
Okay, great. Bend is actually growing by leaps and bounds right now. We wish everybody would stop. If you're moving to Bend, stop. It used to be a pretty small little town, and it has grown so much in the last few years that there's just not enough roads or houses or anything for people. It's like number 8 in the nation for growth right now, and we're kind of screaming uncle because it's just too much. There's too many people in a small space, but it's a beautiful place. Central Oregon is a beautiful place to be. First of all, I want to address that guy's letter too, because I don't consider myself either old, stupid, or what was his other thing? Whatever the criteria was that the quote gurus are reaching out to. I don't consider myself any of that. I consider myself to be pretty intelligent. I consider myself to be pretty brave. I consider the other Denarians to be brave as well, because we are people that were told that this thing is a joke, this thing is a scam, don't do it. And we prayed about it. We, vacillated on it, and we decided to jump. So I think that makes us all pretty stinking brave. And we may not know all the ins and outs of the banking world. We may not know all the ins and outs of being a lawyer, but we're still not stupid. And to that, I would like to also address the, quote, guru situation. And quite honestly, I'm pretty sick and tired of that word. And I was on the TNT calls and Twitter from the get-go with Tony, listened to practically every call he did with TNT, and there was never a time that Tony was begging people for money, ever. As a matter of fact, he would go to the opposite and would say, if you cannot afford to help keep this call going, don't. Don't hurt your family. Don't go into debt. Anytime they ever talked about the currencies, he also said, I am not encouraging you to go out and buy more. Don't do that. Be happy with what you have. And also on this call, I've been listening to you, Jerry, on the WINGIT call since you started, and I have never once heard you ask for anything to that end. I've never heard you ask for money. I've never heard you ask for anything. I don't understand, other than the fact that, there are people out there that don't want us to do this. They don't want us to have this. They for whatever reason, I don't know if the devil's got them by the tail or what their problem is, but it's their problem. It's not yours. It's not mine. And, the rest of us out in Dinar land, we listen to you guys, not because we think you're gurus and you have all the answers, but because you have connections and you do have some answers. You can give us direction. For those of us who don't have these things, you guys are a lifeline. You guys help keep us going. If somebody wants to call it hopium, so be it. Whatever, rocks your boat. I don't care. For me, it's a matter of being able to keep a stiff upper lip and continue on this journey that I believe God Almighty himself put me on. And I am going to stay in prayer. I'm going to stay in faith. And I am going to use these avenues that you guys are providing, and God bless you for doing so. Without these avenues, we would all be starving. For where's the information? What's happening? What's going on? Why don't we know anything? So I, for one, am very, very grateful. And there are several people here in Bend, Oregon that are a part of this. And because of you guys, I get information. I share with them. They, too, are very grateful. So that brings me to my question. Long-winded speech brings me to my question, and that is, if it was supposed to go this morning, why did it not? And is it true that the cards are loaded at $4 and something in Iraq? And if so, is it countrywide, including Baghdad? And that's my question.
I don't know about the cards being loaded. Now, how can I put this? I think I know why it might have been stopped.
Mm-hmm.
How about we say, how many people can we catch one last time by setting up a little honey pot to see who's going to dip their fingers in there one last time?
Yep, one last sting. Okay. It was a great movie, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now, hold on just a sec. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Okay, bonehead. So let's get back to the very first part of your. Yes, I have asked for money, but I was very transparent in the very beginning. I said, here's the website, here's the price. I laid everything out there, and I dropped a bomb into Narland about what things cost with what I was using. This has been about 45 days, and if this goes to the if we go another week, then I was going to say if you'd like to help donate to offset the cost again, because bills are due again. And I've been very open about that and said point blank, this is what it costs. When the donations reach this point, I'm going to say, hold on. I'm going to
Well, let me
say,
just say while you're holding that I think that's really very stand-up of you. And it's not fair that you should have to carry the whole burden because you are helping, thousands of us. And even $5 a person if that's what it took in order to meet that bill so that we can keep going. It's something that everybody, agrees on together. It's not something where you're trying to gouge people for money. So.
no, exactly, and that's why I was very transparent with the websites that I'm using. Said, look, here you can go look at the price for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time that I asked for money, within 30 to 40 minutes, my PayPal dude said, we've reached this point. And I got on the call and I said, stop donating. We've reached the $425 limit.
Wow, good for you. Now that you say that, I seem to recall Tony doing that a time or two too, and said that they went over, and actually reported that to people. I do believe that. So I think the long and the short of it is that these people, whatever their reasoning is, and some of them may think that they're actually trying to help people and they just don't understand. Maybe they're the ones who are confused. But what I know is that we don't feel like we're being taken advantage of. I don't feel like you've taken advantage of me at all, or Tony, or Oki, or any of the other people that I've ever talked to on this journey. I feel like you are trying to provide a service to the people so that we have an inkling. And again, to go back to what Tony said, he used to tell us it's a percentage. He would have liked to have thought it was a bigger percentage of what he knew, and DC told him no, it was less than that. So, we're only getting a smattering of what's out there. And I'm grateful that we're getting that. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't get anything. So we need to remember that.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Give me just a second. I'm multitasking like a woman, and I'm struggling here, so bear with me. San Antonio, Texas, 210. Come on down.
Hi, Jerry. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. What I'm really concerned about now is cybersecurity. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about the cyber attacks increasing now, and I think us, with having such a large face now, with so many people involved with this exchange, that we're all going to be targeted pretty bad by these cyber attackers. I've already had somebody try to hack into my Wells Fargo account today by sending me some stuff in the mail. How safe is it going to be? I heard somebody say that the best thing we could do is set up an account, a Swiss bank account, because we can't get anything secure in the United States. Have you heard anything on that?
Well, let me debunk that real quick. When you go to Wells Fargo, I have heard, because when you're worth tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, the only person, they're going to put you in what they call a black box. What it entails, I have not seen it myself, but when you have that much cash, liquidity, there's going to be very few people that have access to your account. They're going to go to the extreme to make sure you don't have problems. If you do have problems, they're going to address it quickly. So I don't think you're going to have to worry about going overseas. Any of the major banks are going to be the same way. You know what? Since you're in Texas here, go look at Frost Bank, because their headquarters is in San Antonio, and I plan on going down there to have a talk with the president of the bank, and I'm pretty sure he will take me unannounced, especially when I flop will tell his secretary, I know this is unannounced, but I wanted to deposit this amount of money in your bank, but I've got questions. And when it's got several zeros to the left of the decimal point, I'm thinking they're not going to argue with me too much. And they're going to make sure that your security is paramount.
Well, I've got 3 to 4 banks already set up and ready to put funds into, but I was considering Frost because my wife had a Frost Bank account whenever we first got married some 24 years ago, but I haven't contacted them yet. But might be a good idea. I'll give them a call.
There you go. And besides, you can do a Wikipedia lookup of them, and I think into either 08, 09, or 010. They kicked their FDIC charter, Fed charter, out, and they went back to a state bank charter.
Yeah.
And I'm liking that too.
Well, considering other things that we got, like the Texas independence movement we got working at down here, that might be a good way to go too.
And remember, Texas now has its own precious metal depository, and
we do,
and you can put it in there and have access to it. All right.
I thank you, and I really appreciate your call. You give me the straight skinny, and you're not afraid to say I don't know. And so many of these people, they just try to fly by the wings, by saying, making up stuff and then putting it out there, and people actually believe it, and they're not basing anything on anything but their own conjecture. But you're not afraid to say I don't know, and that's what I like about you, because nobody knows exactly what's going to happen until it happens.
Exactly. So let's start you have to forgive me here, it's my humor kicking in. Let's start a new movement. Wear a T-shirt that says I'm a redneck, hug me, and see what happens.
I'll do that. You take care. Have a great day.
All right.
Well, thanks for the tip on the blue moon, by the way.
Isn't that tasty?
Yes, it managed to calm me down a lot of times when I get excited.
And you don't have to drink a whole lot of them. 1, maybe 2.
No.
And it's a drinking, thinking beer, or as I like to say, I like to smoke my cigars. It's a smoking, drinking.
You take care. Like I say, us down here in Texas, we really appreciate you. We really do. And I'm sure other people do in the world, but nobody loves Texans like fellow Texans.
And you know what? God bless Texas. Everything's big in Texas, from the good things to the bad things. We are far from perfect.
But we got big hearts.
Yes, we do. All righty, sir. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
1 minute, please. So here at a quarter till, I'm going to have to end this call. I've got some business to attend to. My apologies. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Come on down.
Hello, Jerry.
Howdy.
Hello, Jerry. Hello, Lyco. Hello, Art. Jerry, I heard you're off the Blue Moon today. Monday is my day off, and I got to tell you, I crack a Bud Light and listen to your redneck music and gear up for your calls. So
Thank you.
Don't go changing to try and please us. That's all I'm saying.
I'm pumping Diet Pepsi today. How's that?
That stuff is poison. It'll kill you. Stick to the Blue Moon.
Okay. I know, but I'm not at home and I'm driving, so I had to knock it off.
Oh, yes, good call. Just a little something for Joseph out there. I know he's apologizing for losing his cool, but for those of us who are listening to his message that we're turning our surfboards around and this is a spiritual event, that he has no need to apologize. I think we're all getting tired of the same old questions as well. And then for you doing these calls, we all appreciate it. I think even DC, back when a couple of years ago, he got a couple wackos that were coming out and making threats, and just, that's just the life that you have out there in front of people 3 times a week, unfortunately, but thank you very much for that.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, so, and we know Tony went through his, dealing with wackos, but my one question is, do you hear that? Somewhere in the distance, Tony is singing, "Welcome to My World," and he's singing it just for you, Jerry.
And I have mentioned on the call how much I have an understanding of what he went through, and have great admiration because of that.
Yep, and we all, a lot of us, we need something 3 times a week. We need this, and you've stepped up, and we know it's hard, but we thank you for it. We look forward to it. Your calls are full all the time. It's hard to get in if you get dropped, and we love you. We need you, and this is New Mexico. You're my neighbor, and thank you. Take care, senor.
Hello? Dear?
I guess the call's over.
I can hear nothing.